Alright, so Barnaby of Zion. I wanted to talk about the importance of discernment and the difference between discernment and suspicion. You know, so I'm gonna start with a saying: we as humans weren't created to be suspicious of each other. Suspicion towards another human is not human. Discernment towards another human is human. So the difference between suspicion and discernment is discernment sees the true person, sees beyond a person's deficiencies, failures, struggles, sees even beyond evil intentions. Versus suspicion is always looking for evil. Suspicion is looking for the evil. When you let suspicion replace your discernment of a person, it's equivalent to, like, you ever seen those stories or those movies where a hostage person who's being held hostage, and the hostage, somebody's trying to shoot the person that's holding them hostage. So it's the same thing. It's like, if you see a person and you don't know how to detect the difference, separate the person from the energy, from the entity, from the, like, I know everybody got a different view of what is invisibly empowering people to do what they do. Some people don't believe in God, but they believe in evil and good. I believe in God. I know God is real. Not everybody has tasted beyond themselves. Some people haven't been broken beyond themselves. I believe it's, the knowledge of God is on the basis of your experience. Some people are stuck in a dimension, or they're in a dimension. They haven't been introduced to deeper dimensions of reality, deeper dimensions of life. Not everybody has learned how to slow down and pay attention and look outside themselves, outside the box of their own opinion. So no matter who sees it, everybody sees evil energy, whether you see it implemented out of a person or whether you see the entity that is influencing that person. Everybody recognizes evil. So we're supposed to be suspicious to evil because evil is our enemy. But if we don't understand the difference between the two, the distinction between the two, we'll find ourselves warring against humanity when we're supposed to love humanity. We're not meant to war humanity. We're meant to love humanity. We're meant to resist evil and war against evil. But if we don't know the difference between the hostage and the one holding them hostage, we'll shoot both of them. Discernment is for humans. Suspicion is for enemies or evil. People aren't your enemy. Evil is your enemy. Satan is your enemy. Darkness is your enemy. Whatever level of your knowledge of reality, we're all in the same war. Nations are against nations. Races are against races. Man versus woman. People versus people. Team versus another team. We're all in a place, in a society that politics, Democrat versus Republic, and we're seeing all these different separations and divisions. One religion versus the next religion. Atheist versus theist. But yet, we all are in the same boat. We're all seeing the elephant in the room. Whether some people see the steps of the elephant or feel or hear the sound of the elephant is evil. The elephant is Satan. The elephant is negative energy, however you may interpret it. But if you don't know how to detect and distinguish the difference between evil and a human, you won't be able to relate. To properly relate is love. Any frustration, that's not properly relating to another person, because you're shooting the hostage and the one holding them hostage. You're shooting both of them. Love detects and recognizes the value of that person and the entanglement of what they're entangled with, so they serve to separate that person from the entanglement, to restore that person. That's why a mother's love, a parent's love, father's love, their love is actually, like, if you're a parent, you feel that love. Some people feel that love with their children, but with nobody else. It's because they haven't identified with love yet. But if they look within the scope of the love towards the child, why do they love their child unconditionally? Because one, they discern their child, they see them for who they are, and two, they hate evil, they hate evil. They recognize evil, but they recognize the child's innocence and vulnerability to evil, and as a result, they want to separate their child from the evil. Some parents, when they see it, they diagnose their child as evil. He bad, she bad kid. What that does is you nail the hostage to the one holding them hostage. And if your lens is that way, you'll find yourself separated from humanity. If you can detect and discern and suspect at the same time, you'll never be afraid of humans. Because humans are our friends. It's kind of like, some people may think this is like weird, but it's kind of like, the dog whisperers. Sorry for the noise. The dog whisperers that, like, they can go to any dog. It could be a hostile dog. It could be any type of dog. And no matter how hostile that dog is, they know how to move. They never hold it against the dog, because they understand. And because they understand, they're able to navigate that dog into safety, into health, into mental health. Everybody starts off as a child, vulnerable to whatever may build them, vulnerable to whatever may, whatever cultivates them. That's just how children are. So when you look at people, you should see a mature development, whether it's stagnated development or whatever. Whatever a person is as an adult, they're just a mature version of what developed them. And so when you understand that, you'll be able to recognize, when you understand that with discernment, you'll be able to separate that person from the evil, from what they're subjected to. Because people are vulnerable to, either light or dark, either good or evil. And people who understand that, they find themselves a lot more gentle, loving, peaceful, patient, kind, even though they've suffered at the hands of another human. Like I said, with dog whisperers, they can get bit, and it's like, it's okay. He's just afraid right now. And they learn how to engage the dog, but they have no ill will towards the dog because they understand it. And that is how we are to be as humans with others. Practice it. Look at your life. Look at those around you. Recognize where you are suspecting. Suspicion towards humans is the result of fear. And it's the result of how dark energy works. Dark energy works to divide humanity from each other. Think about any dark energy. Wars. Somebody does something to one person, the other person feels victimized, they respond. It's war, right? Dark energy separates humanity from the unity of what we really are. And light energy, God's kingdom separates people from the dark energy that enables people to see the oneness of humanity. I try my best to speak in a universal corporate language so that all types of people may hear and understand. But it's important that we see this and perceive this way, so that somebody cuts us off when we're driving, somebody does something, our dealings with both the person and evil may be with pure discernment, like a sniper would with the person holding the person hostage versus the hostage. Even though we should be killing humans. It's funny, I'm talking about showing peace and mercy towards humans, but I'm using an example of when people kill humans. I'm just using that example. I'm not saying some people are bad, some people are good. But in that example, in that picture, the person who's vulnerable versus the person whose intentions is to hurt. The intentions to hurt is an entity. It's not humanity. Humanity was made to be subjected to whatever their hearts are trusting. So if you are fearful, you're going to manifest that energy. If you are peaceful and believing and faithful, full of faith, you're going to absorb and produce that energy. And if you understand that, you'll be patient with others. You'll work well with others. You'll work to separate others. And like I said, you'll be like a sniper that can detect the difference between the human and the entity that is entangling the human. And when you do that, you have greater accuracy of restoring people. You build and develop healthy relationships because you're not suspecting evil in a person, but you're discerning their true I am state. You're discerning who they are in Christ, who they really are, who their spirit is. And you'll grow in relationship, you'll grow to build, you'll grow, and no matter where you go, you'll thrive. Even if you're around enemies, people rejecting you, you'll be able to make peace with them. And this is the way of Zion. This is the way Zion, the kingdom of God, moves. Zion is the kingdom of light. It's the nation that we're all a part of. Many people's eyes are just closed to. And the king of this nation, Jesus, came to show us the way of the light, the way of who we really are, the way that reveals to us that we are children of God and that we're a part of this society, this public society of light that actually is the restoration of the nations, restoration of humanity, restorations of creation. And when you understand that, when you believe, you find clarity and identity that gives you activity to move with light, and even understanding to perceive humanity in the light. So we can go all day with this, man. This is one of my favorite subjects, being understanding towards people, loving them, love, because I myself was full of darkness in my young upbringing, and as a result, I caused a lot of harm in people's lives. I sought to destroy women, young women, and when I received the mercy of Christ, His liquid love, my inner being was awakened. My true identity was awakened. And in this inner being, as I began to look around the scope of reality and humanity, I started to see people in the light of how I see myself. If I'm forgiven, you're forgiven. If I see myself as ignorant in my most understood manifestation of evil, if I see myself as ignorant in those states, as unconscious of who I really was, I will see others that way. But only Christ's love can clarify who we really are, that gives us grace to discern our true state and the true state of others, and gives us the gift to detect and suspect evil and to war against it in a way that doesn't harm the human. So when we raise our children and we whip them, it's proof that we don't discern the difference. I've whipped my kids when they were at an early age, but like something in my parenting has shifted to where I give them understanding. I speak to them of who they are, because true behavior deficiency is because the person is deficient of the right nutrients that fuels their life in the light, their life in righteousness, their life in doing well, doing good. So if a kid does bad, it's because they're deficient of the knowledge that they are good. Just using bare language right now. So when we whip our children, we're actually establishing a pattern of manifested ignorance that enables them to shoot the hostage and the one holding them hostage, So it's vital that we learn this so that in our parenting, we can pass that structure down of patience, love, gentleness, kindness, goodness, So, bless you. Welcome to Zion. You are a citizen of the kingdom of heaven. You are a citizen of Christ, of God. You are a child of God. You are an ambassador of light. You're here to be a light to the nations, to the world. Accept that. When you accept the call and move with it, you feel less pain in the process and development of your calling, because many people are being developed in love. Many people are being developed in their calling. They just don't understand the course. They don't understand the purpose of loving their enemies because they think people don't deserve it. But people do, because of their value. We, as humanity, are designed to serve humanity. That's why we have gifts. Think about how the body works, the natural body. This is designed to help this. Everything is designed to work, to build itself up. It's working together. We as humans, we're meant to work together. We're meant to develop in our craft that we may be a contribution to society. And if we don't understand that, then we will partner with the other side, which is evil, and move in an alien nature that wars against humanity, that resists humanity, that hides from humanity, that distances themselves from humanity. So, bless you, bless you, bless you.